Alright, what's up? Different video today. So, today we are going to be doing a Fortnite Seasons tier list. No, it's not my usual type of content, but I believe I have done one of these before, but that was probably almost a year ago, actually. So we're going to be doing an updated one. So, I've actually made my own tier list for this. We have best of the chapter, great, good, S/mid, and crap. Now, okay, these first four are going to be very tricky because I didn't play them. So, I'm going to be going off of gameplay that I've watched. Anyway, so, starting with the first season, of course. I feel like I'm going to get mauled to death if I don't put this in the top one. So, alright, hold up. Put it in great. First season, of course, nostalgia plays a big part in this one. And I mean, yeah, honestly, from the gameplay that I've seen of Chapter 1, Season 1, actually looked pretty good. I think I really enjoyed watching some of that old gameplay. It definitely hits you with nostalgia vibes. Same with Season 2. Gives you that same feeling. Season 3, kind of starts to fall off a little bit. Still good. And Season 4, I played this season for a little bit, but it was mostly Save the World that I played. But still, I like Season 4. Season 5, this is the first season that I actively played. And I liked it. It was good. I enjoyed playing it, especially watching the cube and stuff. That was definitely cool. Alright, Season 6. Speaking of the cube, we actually got the main cube event in this season. I unfortunately didn't see that, but, I mean, again, YouTube exists. That event was pretty cool. And the build-up to the event was amazing. So, and, you know, dynamite, 6-shooter, zombies, that's definitely a thing. So, we're gonna put it in great. Alright, Season 7. Now we get to the controversial ones. A lot of people hated this season because, well, planes and the sword and... Great, it was great. Don't even. So, reasons why this is great. First off, planes. I never use them as an offensive thing. Never. Never, 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 never. Always use them as transport. Because, I mean... What was... I mean, of course, if someone's out in the open... Yeah, you can just blast them. But if I saw somebody, I usually got on the wing of the plane and shot at them with a gun. Yeah, I wasn't that smart. Because I had horrible accuracy, especially flying on a plane. So yeah, I did really enjoy Season 7. This is some of my best memories playing Fortnite. So, of course, I have a personal bias. And speaking of personal bias... OMG, I love this season. Almost want to put it in best of chapter. Actually, this is chapter 1. We're almost done with chapter 1. Yep, it's going in there. I said it's going in there. Yep. There we go. Best of chapter. Again, I have personal bias against that because some of my best memories playing Fortnite. Also, the unvaulting stuff, like the dig site events, the rune events, the stuff where the community got involved as one was pretty freaking cool. I liked it. Especially getting to watch all the rune stuff do the thing, and then the conclusion of that, the unvaulting event. Oh my god, that was the first event that I saw, so once again, personal bias. And that was one of the craziest experiences playing Fortnite. So, I'm gonna barely put it in best of chapter, like almost every other season except for the two that are in good, contend for that top spot, but I'm gonna put Season 8 of Chapter 1 in that top spot. Alright, this season. If it wasn't for the storyline for this season, the robot, the monster, all that, it would be an S/mid. But because of good storyline, I'm going to put it in good. Alright, Season X. Season X. Kind of lacking in the storyline department. Mechs were annoying. Everyone agrees with that. Weapons, okay, I guess. The Rift Zones. Rift Zones are probably my favorite thing of this season. Because they were cool and interesting. But other than that, I mean, season's kind of just there. And okay, hear me out. In the Pandora's thing, the Borderlands collab, what was cash and why did it exist? Hear me out. What was cash? Why did it exist? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. I don't know why. Okay. All right. I actually really liked this season. Chapter 2, Season 1. I think it was a nice season because it had the FORTNITE Storm King boss fight. Again, insanely good memories. Then they had the Christmas update, the New Year's event. I mean, Season 7 had that too, but Chapter 2, Season 1 was the first time I actually saw it. So there's that. Because I was away for New Year's in 2019. But yeah, Chapter 2, Season 1, definitely cool. The only thing was, like, after December, kind of got boring. Like, overwhelmingly boring. And towards the beginning of the season, where for, like, a couple weeks, there was just nothing. And then finally, FORTNITE hit. And then after FORTNITE, there was nothing for a little bit. And then there was Winterfest. Then Winterfest went away, and then everyone got excited about a golden chair. And speaking of gold, this season was golden. In fact, best of chapter. I don't think any other season in Chapter 2 contends with this season. It was long. It was very long. But it was probably one of our best. Really, really enjoyed that season. Especially the Device event, the Travis Scott event. I did not watch the Device event. I actually overslept for that one. But I did watch the Travis Scott event. And OMG, that stuff was amazing. Like, Travis Scott event was just overwhelming at that time. And I don't think anyone was expecting that level of craziness. And the mythic weapons, I love mythic weapons, mythic bosses, stuff like that. So this season was the first that did that. Well, at least on a big scale, because, you know, stormtroopers. But yeah, definitely cool. And also the voting stuff, like the picking between Ghost and Shadow, and that actually affecting, like, the map and, like, the storyline, that was cool. Alright, this season, S/mid. S/mid because, well, I really liked how after every update, like, the water went down and there was more stuff to see and all that. But it kind of got old after a while. They tried to do something cool with the storyline, didn't really work out. And, I mean, it was kind of just, once again, kind of just there. Sharks was a thing. I really enjoyed Sharks, actually. Alright, Nexus War. Remember when I said no seasons contend for that top spot? Well, guess what? This one, it contends, but it's not there. So I'll put it in great. Nexus War, again, want to talk about mythic weapons. Holy crap, there were so many. And all of the, I guess, Marvel-related LTMs were also really fun. Just getting to use all the different mythics was also really fun. I really thought they were going to try and bring Thanos back, like the Thanos Gauntlet back for that season, because I feel like it made sense, but they didn't. Oh yeah, and that's another reason why I love Chapter 1, Season 8, because they brought the Infinity Gauntlet back, and I got to actually play around with that. Chapter 2, Season 5, /mid. This was the first season where exotics were introduced. Exotics are really cool. But the fact that they were just a ridiculous amount of gold to pay for those exotic weapons. Like, Jesus Christ. And, like, at first, I didn't know what was up with them. I was like, why is this weapon so much? Like, it doesn't look special. And I realized it was a different rarity, and I was like, oh, so it's probably really good. I finally got my hands on an exotic weapon, and surprise, surprise, it sucked. Well, of course, not all exotic weapons sucked. Some were amazing. But most of them were kind of just, eh. And I think they traded exotics in for going overboard on mythics. There were only 3 mythics that season. Which, I mean, I had fun with all 3 of them. Especially the Anban sniper rifle. Oh my god, that thing was amazing. Alright. So, this season. What was the name of the season again? Wilds? Wasn't Wilds. That was Chapter 4, Season 3, I think. It was Primal. Primal. That was this season. This season, you know what? Getting the first crap tier. The loot pool sucked. I'm gonna be just point blank with that. The loot pool sucked. Storyline wasn't the greatest. I mean, it was kind of cool, but wasn't the greatest. Did they bring Flora's Lava back for this season? Was this the season? I don't think it was. I know it was one of these Chapter 2 seasons that brought Flora's Lava back. But yeah, that season just didn't... Okay, Zero Crisis event. Hear me out. / mid. Zero Crisis. Mid. Straight up. But yeah, that season, definitely deserving of the first crap tier. I think a fair amount of people would agree with that. Maybe bump it up to / mid. But okay, the Recycler. What was Fortnite thinking when they added the Recycler? Nobody likes that weapon. Why? Why does it exist? Tell me now. Alright, Alien season. Loved it. Straight up, loved it. Great. Definitely just great. This season, first off, the mothership moving around, like it did, like that was pretty cool, getting to monitor it and watch it move. Whenever it would actually land at a location and like the abductors, oh my god, that stuff was so fun. Going to the abductor minigame area and messing around with that. I was really good at it. I always got legendary. It wasn't hard, really. Just blast people away from orbs, collect orbs. I would always, like, I would get all of I would get to legendary, and then I would just collect time orbs and try and stay in for as long as possible. I would eliminate, like, half the game doing that, and come back out with legendary weapons. So I won a lot of games that season because, well, I played smart. So that's, again, probably why I really liked that season. And then the live event, which I got to see, was amazing. Freaking loved it. And, did this season live up to all that hype? Not really. It really didn't. You know what? Actually, I'll bump it up to good. I'll bump it up to good because, again, community interactive stuff, funding the Brute. Now, the Brute, I think they nerfed it a lot, so that's why it wasn't as overpowered as in Chapter 1, Season 10, because they definitely nerfed it. But, yeah, there's that. Also, Cube Zombies. That was pretty cool, getting to watch the cubes and stuff move around, the mini live events, and then eventually the build-up for the end was amazing. The season's loot pool, I actually really liked it. When they brought Horde Rush back, still love Horde Rush. Is still one of my favorite game modes. As you can tell, I'm kind of a more PvE guy. I like the PvE-styled game modes. Especially Storm King. If I could bring back one game mode, it would either be Storm King or Food Fight. One of those two. Or Horde Rush, but they usually bring that back every year anyway. And, like, October's coming up faster than a lot of people think, so don't worry, it'll come back eventually. Alright, Chapter 3, Season 1. I kind of liked it, actually. You know what? I'll put it in good. I'll put it in good because, well, I mean, it introduced a lot of new stuff. It completely changed the loot pool, which was insane. And as a result, it changed the loot pool, added some stuff, and what else did I really like about that season? Just the new terrain, the new map. That was really cool to mess around with. And then the snow melting, that was pretty entertaining. Especially when drills started appearing with IO guards, and then when the IO eventually finally resurfaced. That was all pretty cool to watch. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, the earthquakes. That was that. Oh, and Colombo. Colombo was what I was thinking about. Why did they remove Colombo? Why, Fortnite? Why? Worst mistake they made. Alright, this season. Loved it. Straight up. Loved it. This season, Resistance. It was amazing. I freaking loved the Resistance season. The tank, one of my favorite vehicles. The battle bus, one of my favorite vehicles. And also just getting to participate in like the wars between the locations, and then the collision event, which I still think is the best Fortnite live event to date. That was amazing, especially with how interactive it was. And I think Fortnite just killed that season. Like, that season was amazing. Alright, okay, yeah, nothing to be said about this season. Vibin was not a vibe, I'll tell you that right now. Vibin was... It could have been executed better, I'll say that. So yeah, with that, I mean... Again, I don't know if I should judge it this harshly, but I think I definitely should. Because, I mean, besides a whole lot of creative stuff, like creative mode stuff, nothing much happened that season, really. To do with Battle Royale, at least. Like, sure, there was the fruit and stuff, which could give you mythic weapons, and that was kind of cool, I guess. And breaking that one rock behind the reality tree to open that one room. I mean, I had somewhat mixed feelings about this season. The loot pool was not great. I'll tell you that right now. Loot pool kind of sucked. And the season overall just... It was definitely not one of our better seasons. I'll say that much about it. Okay, this season. Right there. It was pretty good. I definitely liked, like, watching the trailer. I was definitely hyped for that season. The chrome weapons, I loved how they worked. The more damage you do, the more it ranks up. I thought that was an amazing feature. And I was just like, why didn't they do this with more weapons? Watching the chrome spread around the map, that was pretty cool. The Herald boss fight, that is still one of my favorite boss fights. I think it definitely got Fortnite down the path that Fortnite would be taking for their boss fights after that. And I mean, the mythics were okay, especially, okay, Fortnitemares. Fortnitemares for this season. Amazing. They executed it perfectly, I think. The Howler's Claws, the Inquisitors, submachine gun, all that stuff. And, like, honestly, it was like that one little house that people thought, oh, well, there's probably going to be nothing here. Grim Gables. And they had a boss there, mythic weapon, all that. It was actually a really cool boss. Very cool. I think that was one of our more unique boss fights, the Inquisitor. And it's kind of something that's a little forgettable, but I also think is kind of underrated. And honestly, that's how I feel about this season overall. Underrated. Why is it S/mid? Well, because between Fortnitemares and the initial launch of the season, kind of boring. There's that. The build-up for the event. Okay, the event. The Fracture event. Not worth. Tell you that right now. Not worth. Not worth waiting the hours and days for that event to come around. Not worth. I think everyone agrees with that. I mean, I kind of thought it was okay at first. Like I was like, okay, this part of the event's pretty cool. But when I figured out that that was not only all the event was, but that was going to happen for 47 minutes, like, I think, okay, sure, make the event like 40 something minutes. But like, have that part of the event 10 minutes long. Have another part, another 10 minutes, another part, another 10 minutes, another part, another 10 minutes. Do different things with how long you have for the event. But no, they just did that one thing for 40 minutes straight. And like, I think that was the first time that I said during a live event that this was not our best. Like, during the event, I was like, yeah, this is definitely not the best event. And it wasn't even that long into the event. It was like 8 minutes in. And I was like, yeah, this is definitely not going to be our best event. And I was right. It wasn't. In fact, it was one of our worst. So, there's all that needs to be said about that season. Alright, this season. Chapter 4, Season 1. I think this was like, it felt like a completely new game. And I had mixed feelings about it at first. I was kind of bummed that Fortnite was changing up their game so much with this new season. But then again, it was pretty cool. I think it was really cool, actually. Completely new map. Like, none of the old locations, just a completely new map. The Citadel, the Shockwave Hammer, that thing was so fun. The new loot pool, I actually really liked the loot pool. The loot pool was awesome. And just all around, that season was amazing. Mega and slash mid. I liked the appeal of it. I think there was somewhat of a new loot pool for this season, wasn't there? I think, maybe. Yeah, there was. So that was that. But I mean, in terms of like the actual mega, like, locations, they were a little lackluster. In fact, I think the whole season was a little lackluster. My best memories playing this season were actually creative game modes, not actual, like, Battle Royale. And what season did they add the loot islands? Was that Chapter 4, Season 1? Because I really like the loot islands. I think that's a very underrated feature. Especially whenever it gave you mythic weapons. I think that was cool. Alrighty. Wilds. I think the only thing I liked about Wilds was that the pistol, I think. The pistol and then the infiltrator shotgun, which I think was this season. Other than that, Raptors maybe. But yeah, the rest of the season was kind of horrible. The jungle was so annoying to traverse as well. And I mean, the Optimus Prime thing was cool. One of the only reasons I played this season was so I could get that skin. And I mean, it didn't really change too much besides, you know, removing the entire middle of the map and making a giant jungle appear there. But other than that, I mean, didn't change too much. The mud feature, there was actually a really cool speed glitch you could do using the mud and I believe sap as well. And that was a fun glitch to do. I'll tell you that right now. I was annoyed when they patched it, but that was pretty fun. All right, this season, best of chapter. Changed my mind. Last Resort was amazing. We're gonna have to scroll up for a little bit here. Best of chapter, straight up, because it brought back a lot of stuff. It brought back the mythic weapons from Chapter 2, Season 2. And, like, it was kind of just a throwback season. I think this season was getting us ready for what would be Fortnite OG. And, yeah, so it definitely did. I think the charged shotgun was one of my favorite mythics. If I saw that, I always got it. because I'm pretty sure it could 200 pump, and I think it was the only shotgun that could, maybe besides the legendary Havoc. I don't even know if that could 200 pump, but I know the charged shotgun could, the mythic one at least. And then Midas's drum gun, I was annoyed when they nerfed Midas's drum gun. I didn't know why they did that. Why Fortnite? Why nerf Midas's drum gun? I like the Chug Jug. The infinite Chug Jug was definitely cool. And I also got a lot of wins this season because, well, mythics. Mythics are fun. Let's see, what other mythics were there? There was Kit's charged shockwave launcher. There was I forgot. Was there Ocean's Burst assault rifle? Probably. Was there the glider gun? I think the glider gun was there too. I'm definitely missing a lot. But yeah, I mean, that season it was fun. The last resort POI was really cool. Kaido Thorn was like a pretty annoying boss to fight, but his vampiric blade and or scoped burst SMG worth. Definitely worth for the Mice's drum gun. Even though it was nerfed, it was still fairly good. And yeah. Alright. I was just talking about it. Fortnite OG. Where's this going? Somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if I want to put it in great, because I think it was actually definitely great. I was a little worried as to how they were going to do the OG season, because I thought it would be a little difficult to pull off, and Fortnite had flops before, so I was really hoping that wouldn't be one of them, and no, they executed the season perfectly, almost. Like, they executed it, I think, the best that they could have. And that season was just 1 month of just straight up fun. And I'm so excited for Fortnite OG to be returning again this year. Can't wait to see what they're going to do with Chapter 2 OG. They absolutely nailed Chapter 1 Fortnite OG, so I hope they just do the same for Chapter 2. Okay, the Chapter 5 seasons. So far, there have only been 2 of them, and Myths and Mortals is concluding as I'm recording this video. So, the Myths and Mortals season we're going to rank first. Not there. Good. I liked it. Definitely liked the loot pool. I liked the bosses. I liked the special weapons, especially. And the Floor's Lava. This was the season they brought Floor's Lava back. That was a very fun game mode. And then the Star Wars stuff, I really liked what they did with Lego Star Wars. Well, not Lego Star Wars, Lego Fortnite, which became Lego Star Wars, kind of. Because, yeah, that was cool. Love to see that they're not completely killing live events. That they're doing something with that, at least. And this season. And slash mid. This season, again, I liked it. Some good memories playing it, especially fighting bosses. That's mostly what it consisted of. And I really liked the mythic weapons, especially that Peter Griffin shotgun. But, overall, I kind of felt about the season. Because I don't think it lived up to expectations as much. Because, like, there was supposed to be, like, an entire underground section of the map, or at least that's what they had gotten a lot of people thinking with the theme underground. But there was only, like, a couple underground POIs, and that was it. So, I mean, yeah, it was kind of just all around. But that is going to conclude my Fortnite Seasons tier list. I hope you guys have found this video enjoying, and I will see you guys in the next video.